Today I'm going to tell you how the first baguette was invented, the oddest bread I've ever come across. This story is ever so funny. Just wait and see. Our show takes place in a country that's called France. The participants in our show are the baker Michel, the baker Jean-Paul, the hungry princess, the princess's loyal servant. Let's begin. In a little village in a country named France, there lived two bakers. Each one had a little bakery in the village square. The two bakers were not the best of friends, and every morning they would argue just like this. My bread is tastier than yours. Oh, that's not true. Your crust is much too hard. It's impossible to eat it. The inside of your bread is too soft. It crumbles in the soup. But even while the two were fighting, deep down they quite liked each other. One day, the Princess of France drove through the little village. And just as she drove by the two bakeries, she said, "I'm hungry. I would like to eat some freshly baked bread straight from the oven." The princess's loyal servant approached Jean-Paul's bakery and said,
"Hello, the hungry princess wants some freshly baked bread straight from the oven."
But Jean-Paul didn't have a single ball of dough left to bake bread for the princess. He didn't have any choice. He went up to his friend Michel and asked her for a ball of dough. Michel had only one ball of dough left, and she didn't want to give it to him. "I'll bake the bread for the princess," she said.
"But she asked me."
"But you don't have the dough." Jean-Paul reached for Michel's last ball of dough. Michel reached for the dough as well. They both pulled and pulled and pulled, and the dough stretched and stretched and looked like a long stick. Suddenly it flew right out of their hands into the hot oven. "Look what you've done! Now what kind of bread is that going to be?" "That is your fault." "No, it's yours." And they started arguing again. But the loyal servant was waiting outside. Jean-Paul had no choice. He went up to the servant and gave him the stick-like bread that came out of the oven. Poor Jean-Paul was really worried.
"What's the princess going to say about this weird bread I gave her? She'll be angry."
After a while, the loyal servant came back and said,
"The princess wishes to speak to whoever baked this bread."
Poor terrified Jean-Paul went up to the hungry princess's coach.
"Did you bake this bread?"
"Yes, it was me."
"Well done. This is the tastiest bread I've ever tasted in my life. You are the best baker I have ever met."
Mwah! Me? Really? But then Jean-Paul remembered that he didn't exactly bake the bread on his own. "Hold on, Your Highness. Wait a minute. I didn't bake it on my own." He ran to Michel and called her over. "Michel, come." "Your Highness, she baked it with me."
"Then my congratulations to both of you."
Mwah! The two bakers were very happy and became the best of friends. And up to this very day, if you visit France, you'll see the French eating weird long breads shaped like sticks. That's it. This was was our show for today. And if you're asking yourself if this was a true story, then maybe it was and maybe it wasn't.